All right, let's hit some drivers. All right, good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Swing. My name is Nick Winters. I'll be your host for today. As we already kind of discussed, we're going to be talking about the differences kind of between drivers and irons. And I know we didn't necessarily talk about that, but we're going to get to the driver swing at some point today. But first, I kind of want to let you guys think about the iron swing a little bit. Okay, so we're going to play most irons in the middle of our stance, like pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, somewhere in the middle here. We want everything to be lined up correctly, so everything's parallel to wherever we're trying to hit it. We're going to have our hands forward at address, at least in front of the club head. And the swing is going to be a little bit more vertical, so it's going to go up and down, and we try to hold this wrist for as long as we can, try to keep that leg going, and then we're going to try to make sure that everything is moving forward and towards our target, kind of like this. All right, so now we're going to switch to driver, and there are a couple of subtle differences that may or may not be evident, at least from this angle here. So with the irons, they're going to be played somewhat in the middle of our swing, or in the middle of our stance. Because of the fact that this club is a lot longer, we need to stand a little bit further away, and we're also going to get a little bit lower. So we need to get a wider base, and we're going to get nice and low to create a stable base here. The ball is going to be played somewhat close to the front of our foot, just off the left instep, okay? From there, and you may notice with your irons, most of the weight is kind of in the balls of our feet. Driver swing's a little bit different. Because of the fact that we're hitting the ball in the upswing and we're kind of going to slap it off the tee here, we actually kind of need to keep our weight closer to the arches, more or less. So instead of here on the balls, moving this way, we're going to be here on the arches, trying to rotate through, staying on our back heels just a little bit, okay? From there, we want to make sure that the angle of our shoulders isn't necessarily straight across here, but we do want a little bit of a lift, a little bit of an angle here to help us get the ball up and sweep that ball off the tee, okay? So we got our angle. And then here, one of the main differences is it's going to be a little bit more like a baseball swing in that the swing plane is going to be a little bit flatter. So iron swing is more upright. Driver swing is going to be a little bit flatter, a little more rounded. And then when we're swinging, we're just going to try to make sure that we're kind of keeping everything rotating through, and we try to keep our weight closer to the center of our mass as opposed to on the front half. So we don't necessarily want to be tipping this way, we're going to be tipping that way, if that makes sense at all. All right, so let's try one. So we got the weight kind of in the center, we got everything parallel to where we're trying to hit it, we got our shoulders aligned upright a little bit of an angle. And I hit a little bit of a push, but that's not bad, we kind of get the idea. So I don't know if you could tell, but we're trying to stay a little bit more rounded. We're staying more in our back part of our body to get around and over. I hope that helps you with your driver swing. All right, and maybe it'll be a little bit easier to tell, but check out this short clip of me hitting a driver in slow motion. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Sunday Swing. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this will kind of help you learn how to hit the driver a little bit better. And another thing that we should probably point out here, if we do keep the weight on our front part, kind of like irons, if we get vertical with the driver and we come down straight, that's where that high and right shot is going to come into play. So keep that in mind. Leave us a comment underneath this video and let me know what you'd like to learn about. Share it with your friends if you feel like they might learn something too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.